Hello everyone, I'm Komal Bangar and welcome to Kharchalogy. We are continuing with journal entries. We have already done 2 classes for recording of transactions. So we are going to continue with the practice problems as we have been doing. So in this class, we are going to see some new transactions and learn about the journal entries. We have been following the traditional approach for them, and we will continue the same approach while forming any journal entry. So before starting with the practice problems, let's chant our golden rules for journal entries. Real account, the golden rule is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. For personal account, the golden rule, debit the receiver, credit the giver. And for the nominal account, debit the expenses, credit the income. So let's start with the practice problems. आज हम ट्रेड डिस्काउंट एंड कैश डिस्काउंट के ऊपर क्वेश्चंस करने वाले हैं. हमने ऑलरेडी डिस्कस किया है कि ट्रेड डिस्काउंट और कैश डिस्काउंट क्या होता है. ये आपको क्लास 2 फॉर बेसिक टर्म्स और अकाउंटिंग में आपको मिलेगा. बट लेट्स गो थ्रू अगेन ऑन दिस. एंड पहले हम ये समझते हैं कि इसका मतलब क्या होता है. ट्रेड डिस्काउंट का मतलब होता है कि आप जब कुछ गुड्स परचेज करते हैं तब आपको आप जिससे खरीद रहे हैं, जो होलसेलर है, वो आपको एक लिस्ट प्राइस पे आपको गुड्स दिखाता है, बट आपको उस लिस्ट प्राइस पे वो एक डिस्काउंट देता है. सो उस डिस्काउंट को एट द टाइम ऑफ परचेज हम उसको बोलते हैं ट्रेड डिस्काउंट. एंड देन कैश डिस्काउंट होता है जब आपका पेमेंट करने का समय आता है, सो दैट आप पेमेंट करते समय आपको वो एक डिस्काउंट दे देता है. इंस्टेड ऑफ पेइंग 1 लाख वो बोलेगा कि ठीक है आप 99,000 मुझको दे दीजिए अभी फ़िलहाल, तो आपको 1,000 का कैश डिस्काउंट मिल गया एट द टाइम ऑफ पेमेंट. तो ट्रेड डिस्काउंट कब अका होता है? एट द टाइम ऑफ परचेज. एंड कैश डिस्काउंट अका होता है एट द टाइम ऑफ पेमेंट. एंड दूसरा कि ट्रेड डिस्काउंट और कैश डिस्काउंट में ये डिफ्रेंसिएशन है कि इसका पर्पस. ट्रेड डिस्काउंट आपको मिलता है सो दैट आपका एक प्रॉफिट मार्जिन एनेबल रहे, आप एक प्रॉफिट कमा सके एट द टाइम ऑफ फर्दर सेल. और आपका कैश डिस्काउंट आपको मिलता है ताकि एक आप आपके मैन्युफैक्चरर या आपके होलसेलर को आप एक प्रॉम्प्ट पेमेंट कर सके, क्विक पेमेंट कर सके. इसको हम इनवॉइस में कैसे दिखाते हैं? जब आपको होलसेलर इनवॉइस देता है तो आपको ट्रेड डिस्काउंट आपको ऑलरेडी डिडक्टेड मिलता है, इट इज़ नॉट शोन इन द इनवॉइस. हाउएवर कैश डिस्काउंट इनवॉइस में दिखाते हैं कि हमने पेमेंट के समय 1,000 रुपीज़ का डिस्काउंट दिया है फॉर एग्जाम्पल. और फिर इसको हम रिप्रेजेंट कैसे करते हैं अपने बुक्स में. हम ट्रेड डिस्काउंट कभी भी शो नहीं करते हैं अपने परचेज़ की एंट्री में या सेल के एंट्री में, कि जब हम भी अपना ट्रेड डिस्काउंट किसी फर्दर कस्टमर को दे रहे हैं तो हम उसको रिकॉर्ड नहीं करते हैं, हम डायरेक्ट नेट अमाउंट को लिखेंगे. अगर आपने 1 लाख का सामान ख़रीदा है या बेचा है एंड उसमें आपने 10% का ट्रेड डिस्काउंट दिया है, सो एट द टाइम ऑफ द एंट्री यू विल डायरेक्टली राइट 90,000. हाउएवर कैश डिस्काउंट में ऐसा नहीं होता है. कैश डिस्काउंट को हम बुक्स में दिखाते हैं क्योंकि दैट इज़ समथिंग, जब आप पेमेंट के समय आप वो डिस्काउंट देते हैं, दैट इज़ ओनली टू एनेबल क्विक पेमेंट. सो हम कैश डिस्काउंट बुक्स में दिखाते हैं डिस्काउंट अलाउड या डिस्काउंट रिसीव्ड के अकाउंट में. लेट्स डू अ क्विक क्वेश्चन ऑन दिस, जिससे आपको समझ में आ जाएगा कि हम ट्रेड डिस्काउंट और कैश डिस्काउंट को बुक्स में कैसे रिकॉर्ड करते हैं. क्वेश्चन 5. Pass the journal entries in the books of Raghunath Bros from the following transactions. Raghunath Bros started business with cash rupees 80,000, goods rupees 40,000 and furniture rupees 20,000. Sold goods to Nandlal of the list price of rupees 20,000 at trade discount of 10%. Nandlal returned goods of the list price of rupees 4,000. Received from Nandlal rupees 14,150 in full settlement of his account. Purchased goods from Brij Mohan of the list price of rupees 10,000 at 15% trade discount. Returned goods to Brij Mohan of the list price of rupees 1,000. Settle the account of Brij Mohan by paying cash under a discount of rupees of 4%. Purchase goods from Anil rupees 5,000, Sunil rupees 10,000. Paid cash to Anil rupees 1,900 and discount received rupees 100. Paid rupees 9,800 to Sunil in full settlement of his account. Bought a table fan for rupees 8,000 for the domestic use of Raghunath. Sold goods of cash for cash of the list price of rupees 8,000 at 10% trade discount and cash discount 3%. Paid rent 8,000, trade expenses 7,000 and travelling expenses rupees 3,800. Let's start with the solution for this. So first entry, Raghunath Bros started business with cash rupees 80,000, goods 40,000 and furniture 20,000. So for the initiation of business, when we bring in the capital, we know the journal entries where we will debit what comes in, which is cash, goods and furniture. These three, they are all real accounts, so we will debit what comes in. Debit cash rupees 80,000, goods that will be written as stock account debit 40,000 and furniture account debit rupees 20,000. And capital will get credited as this is the account that represents the proprietor, as he is the giver. Capital is a personal account, so we always credit the giver. So the entry becomes cash account debit, stock account debit, furniture account debit to capital account. Notice the format of writing the journal entries. This will be a very strict format. There will be no variation in this. You will have to write it where the first column will be the date of transactions and then particulars where you will write the journal entry, what is getting debited and what is getting credited, along with the narration after the journal entry. Here the narration is Raghunath started business. And then you will make a column for ledger folio, that is a reference column when you post it into a ledger. And then there will be two columns for debit and credit. You will have to write rupees, which is the unit of the numbers over here. You always write rupees wherever you are referring the numbers or wherever you are writing the amount of the transaction. So let's see the second transaction. Sold goods to Nanlal of the list price of rupees 20,000 at trade discount of 10%. We have already discussed the meaning of trade discount. Here the list price is 20,000. That means that the wholesaler is selling the goods at the catalog price of rupees 20,000. However, he is giving a trade discount of 10%. So for us, the invoice price will be at 20,000 minus 10%, that is 18,000. So as we have already learned that trade discount is never recorded in the books of accounts. So let's see what will be the transaction. So we have sold goods at rupees 18,000. So the entry for sales is as simple as Nanlal account debit to sales account. Nanlal is the receiver of goods. Since it is a personal account, we will debit the receiver, and there is sales, which is our income, and we credit the income for the nominal account. So the transaction, the journal entry becomes Nanlal account debit to sales account for rupees 18,000. That will be list price minus trade discount. And you will write the narration after the transaction, after the journal entry. Nanlal returned goods of the list price for rupees 4,000. So Nanlal has returned goods. That means that we have sales return over here. However, the list price of the goods was 4,000, but we offered him a trade discount of 10%, which we have seen in the previous transaction. So the price of the goods will be list price minus trade discount, and we will show the transaction same. So the list price of 4,000, the stock price becomes 4,000 minus trade discount, that is 3,600. We have deducted 10% as a trade discount. So the transaction becomes sales return account debit to Nandalal account. Sales return account is a expense account, so we will debit the expense account, and Nandalal is the giver of stock over here, so we will credit the giver. So the transaction journal entry becomes sales return account debit to Nandalal account 3,600. Now we have received from Nandlal rupees 14,150 in full settlement of his account. But let's see first how much does Nandlal owes us. We have sold him goods for 18,000. However, he has returned goods of 3,600. So the net amount that he owes us is rupees 14,400, but he has only paid us 14,150, and it is written that he has paid us in full settlement. Full settlement means that he has closed his account and we have considered that he has paid fully. So that means that we have given a discount at the time of payment of rupees 250. So therefore the transaction will become cash account debit. Since cash is coming in, discount allowed debit, we have offered him a discount, so this becomes an expense for us. So we will debit the discount allowed to Nanlal. He is the giver, so we will credit Nanlal. So the journal entry will become cash account debit 14,150, discount allowed debit 250 to Nanlal 14,400. We have received cash from Nanlal in full settlement. Then the next transaction, purchase goods from Brij Mohan of the list price rupees 10,000 at 15% trade discount. This means that we have purchased goods at a catalog price of 10,000. However, we have got a trade discount for 15%. Therefore, the purchase price for us, it becomes 10,000 minus 15%, that is 8,500. This is the invoice price, and we have already learned that we never record the trade discount. So the journal entry will become purchase account debit to Brij Mohan account rupees 8,500. We have returned goods to Brij Mohan of the list price of rupees 1,000. So the purchase return has been of rupees 1,000 list price. However, the purchase price for us was the list price minus trade discount, that is of 15%. So we have returned goods, that is purchase return so of the stock rupees 8,500, that is 1,000 minus 15%. So the journal entry will become Brij Mohan account debit, as he is the receiver of the goods. So we will debit Brij Mohan to purchase return, as this is a gain for us rupees 850. So the journal entry is Brij Mohan account debit to purchase return 850. Then we have settled the account of Brij Mohan by paying him cash at the discount of 4%. That means at the time of payment we have got a discount. This means this discount is a cash discount. We owe Brij Mohan 8,500 minus 850. We owe Brij Mohan 7,650. So Brij Mohan has given us a discount of 4%. So the journal entry will become Brij Mohan account debit 7,650 to cash to discount received. 4% of 7,650 is 306, and we have paid cash rupees 7,344. So Brij Mohan account is getting debited as he's a receiver of cash. Cash will get credited as it is going out, and discount received is an income or a gain for us, so we will credit the income as it is a nominal account. Then we have purchased goods from Anil and Sunil for 5,000 and 10,000 respectively. So the journal entry will become purchase account debit to Anil account and Sunil account. Then we paid cash to Anil rupees 1900 and we received a discount of rupees 1000. We owed Anil for rupees 5,000. However, we have only done a transaction of rupees 2,000. So we will debit Anil as he is the receiver of the cash. Anil account debit to cash as this is going out 1900 to discount received. This is a gain for us rupees 100. Then Raghunath paid cash to Sunil in full settlement 9,800. Raghunath owed Sunil 10,000. However, he has paid rupees 9,800 in full settlement. This means that Raghunath has received a discount of rupees 200. So the transaction will be Sunil account debit, which is the giver of the cash. So we will debit Sunil account to cash as it is going out, and discount received, which is an income for us, rupees 200. Sunil account debit 10,000 to cash account credit 9,800 to discount received account 200. Then Raghunath bought a table fan for domestic use. Since this is for a domestic use, this is not of an official use. This means that this will be treated as drawings. So therefore the transaction will be recorded as drawings account debit to cash rupees 8,000. Then we have sold goods for cash of the list price rupees 8,000 at 10% trade discount and 3% cash discount. So let's first see the trade discount part. The list price of the goods is of 8,000 and we have offered a trade discount of rupees of 10%. So the sales price will become 8,000 minus 10%, that is 7,200. We have sold goods for cash for rupees 7,200 and then we have offered a 3% cash discount. So we are owed rupees 7,200. However, since to receive cash in a prompt basis, we have offered 3% cash discount. So we will get a 3% cash discount on rupees 7,200. So the transaction journal entry will be cash account debit rupees 6,984. This is 7,200 minus 3%, where discount is rupees 216. So we will debit cash as we are receiving cash. It is coming in 6,984. Discount allowed, this is an expense for us, which is the cash discount 216. To sales account, this is the list price minus the trade discount, that is 8,000 minus 10%, 7,200. So the transaction journal entry will be cash account debit, discount allowed debit to sales account. Then the last transaction, he paid rent rupees 8,000, trade expenses rupees 7,000, traveling expenses rupees 3,800. These are all expenses, so we will debit all these. Rent account debit, trade expenses account debit, traveling expenses account debit to cash as cash is going out 18,800. You will add up all the transaction amount in debit and credit column, tally whether they are of the same amount and then close the journal entries. Let's do another question. Pass the journal entries for the following transactions. Purchase goods from Henry for rupees 50,000 on 10% trade discount and 4% cash discount and paid 60% amount by check. Bought goods from Amit for 2 lakh at terms 5% cash discount and 20% trade discount. Paid 3/4 of the amount in cash at the time of purchase. Sold goods to Sherpa at the list price of rupees 50,000 less 20% trade discount and 4% cash discount if the payment is made within 7 days. 75% payment is received by check on Jan 23rd. Sold goods to Garima for rupees 1 lakh, allowed her a 20% trade discount and 5% cash discount if the payment is made within 15 days. She paid for 1/4 of the amount by check on 5th Feb and 60% of the remainder on 15th Feb in cash. Let's start with the transaction journal entries. So for the first transaction, purchase goods from Henry for rupees 50,000 on 10% trade discount. So he has purchased goods from Henry that is of list price 50,000 and we have got a trade discount of 10%. So the purchase amount becomes 50,000 minus 10%, that is 45,000. And if we pay the cash at the time of purchase, we will get a 4% cash discount. So we have paid 60% amount by check at the time of purchase. So we got a 4% on the amount that we have paid. Let's first see the transaction. Let's do this by part. We will first see the transaction for purchase. Purchase account debit to Henry. Since we do not record the amount for trade discount, we will directly write the purchase price for 45,000. Purchase account, that is an expense, this will get debited, and Henry, that is the receiver of goods, will get credited. Now let's see the journal entry for payment. Henry, we paid 60% of the amount to Henry and we got a 4% cash discount. We will not get a 4% cash discount on the whole amount. We will only get 4% cash discount on the amount that we have paid. Since we have paid 60% of the whole amount, we will get a cash discount of 4% of the 60% of 45,000. Let's see the journal entry. Henry will get debited as he is the receiver of the cash. We have paid by check, so bank account will get credited, and we will credit discount received, which is an income. Now let's see the amount. We have paid 60% of the whole amount, so we have paid 27,000 in total. On the payment of 27,000, we got a 4% cash discount. So 4% of 60% is 1,080. So we have got a discount received of 1,080 and we will credit this amount. And we have paid the net amount by check, so bank account will get credited. That is of 25,920. Let's see the next transaction. Bought goods from Amit 2 lakh at terms 5% cash discount and 20% trade discount. Paid 3/4 of the amount in cash at the time of purchase. Let's understand this transaction. We have bought goods from Amit of 2 lakh, which is the list price. And the terms of purchase is that we will get 20% trade discount, and if we pay at the time of cash, at the time of purchase, we will get a 5% cash discount. So let's first see what is the purchase price. Purchase price will be 2 lakh minus trade discount, that is 1,60,000, which is 22 lakh minus 20%. So let's record the purchase transaction first. Purchase account debit to Amit, 1,60,000. Now Amit, we have paid 3/4 of the amount to Amit. So we have paid Amit 1,20,000 at the time of purchase. Since we have paid at the time of purchase, we will get 5% cash discount for the payment. So we will get a discount of rupees 6,000 as we have paid at the time of purchase. So 5% of 1,20,000 is 6,000. So the transaction will become Amit account debit 1,20,000 to cash 1,14,000 to discount received 60,000. Then next transaction, sold goods to Sherpa at the list price of rupees 50,000 less 20% trade discount and 4% cash discount if the payment is made within 7 days. 75% payment is received by check on 23rd Jan. So let's understand this transaction. We sold goods to Sherpa at list price of rupees 50,000 less 20% trade discount. This means the sales price is 50,000 minus 20%, that is 40,000. So the sales price is 40,000, and if Sherpa pays us money within 7 days, we will give her a 4% cash discount. Within 7 days, we have received 75% payment. That means we have got a payment of 30,000. So we are going to give Sherpa a discount of 4%. So we will give 4% of 30,000 cash discount. That is 120. Let's see that journal entry. First, we will record the sales transaction. Sherpa account debit, as she is the receiver of goods, to sales account, which is income, 40,000. Then on 23rd Jan, we got 75% payment. So we will do the journal entry as bank account debit, as bank is receiving the cash from Sherpa, 28,800, discount allowed rupees 1,200, which is 4% of 30,000, to Sherpa account as she is the giver, 30,000. Then next, sold goods to Garima, rupees 1 lakh, allowed her 20% trade discount, 5% cash discount if payment is made within 15 days. She paid 1/4 of the amount by check on 5th Feb and 60% of the remainder on 15th Feb in cash. So let's understand this transaction. We sold goods to Garima for 1 lakh and allowed her a trade discount of 20%. That means the sales price is 80,000, 1 lakh minus 20%. Now, if she pays us within 15 days, we will give her 5% cash discount. She has paid us 1/4 amount by 5th Feb. That means she has paid us within 15 days. So we will give her a 5% cash discount on that 1/4 amount, and she has paid us 60% on 15th Feb. Since she has not paid us within the time period, we cannot offer her the cash discount. So she has paid us 60% of the remainder in cash, and on that amount we will not offer her a cash discount. Now let's see how we are going to do the journal entry. First, let's do the sales transaction. Garima account debit to sales account rupees 80,000. Then on 5th Feb she paid us 1/4 amount, so we will give her a 5% cash discount. So this means she has paid us 20,000. On 20,000 we will give her a 5% cash discount. That means we are giving her a discount of rupees 1,000. So the journal entry will become bank account debit 19,000, discount allowed debit 1,000 to Garima account 20,000. Then on 15 Feb she gave us 60% of the remainder in cash. So we will directly write 60% of the remainder, that is cash account debit 36,000 to Garima account 36,000. That is 60% of the remainder. That means 60% of 60,000. That is 36,000. This concludes our transactions. I hope you have understood this. Let's quickly do another question which is similar to the 6th question. Sold goods to Dilip of the list price of rupees 62,000 for rupees 60,000. Purchased goods costing rupees 2 lakh from Hari and Company, paid 75% immediately by check to 4% discount. Sold goods to Vishal Traders costing rupees 40,000 to 25% profit, allowing 10% trade discount and 10% cash discount. Received 80% immediately by check. Sold goods to Bridge and Company costing rupees 50,000 at 40% profit, allowing 10% trade discount and 5% cash discount. Bridge and Company paid the full amount by check and availed the cash discount. Let's see the transactions. First transaction. Sold goods to Dilip of the list price of rupees 62,000 for 60,000. This means that we have got a trade discount of rupees 2,000. We will not record this trade discount. So the journal entry becomes very simple. Dilip account debit to sales account 60,000. Then purchase goods costing rupees 2 lakh from Hari and Company. So we have purchased goods of 2 lakh. So and we have paid 75% immediately. On that we got 4% cash discount. So the journal entry will become purchase account debit to Hari and Company 2 lakh. And on this we have paid 75%. So 75% of 2 lakh is 1,50,000. Since we have paid this immediately, we got a 4% cash discount. We have got a 4% cash discount on 1,50,000. So the cash discount is 6,000. So the journal entry will become Hari account debit 1,50,000 to bank account 1,44,000 to discount received account 6,000. Then sold goods to Vishal Traders Company, Vishal Traders costing rupees 40,000 at 25% profit, allowing 10% trade discount and 10% cash discount. Received 80% payment immediately by check. So let's see the transaction. We sold goods which costed rupees 40,000. We sold them at a 25% profit. So 25% of 40,000 is 10,000. So the sales price becomes 50,000. So the list price becomes 50,000. On 50,000 we have allowed a 10% trade discount. So 10% of 50,000 is 5,000. Therefore the sales price becomes 45,000. So the journal entry will look like Vishal Traders account debit to sales account 45,000. Then we received 80% payment immediately by check. So 80% of 45,000 is 36,000. So we got a 10% cash discount. We gave him a 10% cash discount on immediate payment. So the discount will be 3600. So the journal entry will look like: bank account debit 32,400, discount account debit 3600, to Vishal Traders account 36,000. Then last, sold goods to Bridge and Company costing 50,000 at 40% profit, allowing 10% trade discount and 5% cash discount. Bridge and Company paid the full amount by check and availed cash discount. Let's break this. We sold goods which costed rupees 50,000 at 40,000 at 40% profit. So the list price is 50,000 plus 20,000, that is 70,000. On this we got 10% trade discount, so that means the sales price will be 70,000 minus 7,000, that is 63,000. So the transaction journal entry will be: Bridge account debit to sales account 63,000. On this we have offered a 5% cash discount on payment. Since Bridge and Company has paid full amount by check immediately, they have got a cash discount. So the journal entry will become: bank account debit, discount account debit to Bridge and Company in full payment, that is 59,850. 5% of 63,000 is 3,150, to Bridge and Company 63,000. This concludes the practice problem for today. Okay, so today we have done questions on trade discount and cash discount. I hope you have understood how we represent trade discount and how we represent cash discount. We will not show the trade discount in the books of account. We will always write the net amount as purchase price or sales price. And at the time of payment, if the customer or we are getting a cash discount, we will show them as a discount received or discount allowed in our books of account. So don't get confused over this. This is very simple. If you have any queries regarding this, please DM me or mail me. I have given all my contact details in the description. So till then, bye. Please solve the practice problems on this. This will only clarify all your doubts and help you understand them. Till then, bye.